Good afternoon, friends and fellow patriots. I'd like to talk today about why you should care about all this and everything that's happening with the freedom movement. A lot of people don't care because they say it doesn't affect them, and and they don't own land, and they don't really agree with what the ranchers are doing anyways. But it does affect you, because once the government is able to infringe on one person's rights, no matter what that person is doing or group of people is doing, they're going to use it on everybody. You can't allow them to infringe on one group of people's rights and say, well, they can infringe on their rights just because, they're just a bunch of rednecks from out west and shit. And then when they come for your rights and want to infringe on your rights, oh, it ain't, you can't do that to me. I'm a good government-loving American. I'm a good lapdog, you can't take away my rights, or guess what, they're going to do it to you too. So it's important that, you should care about what the Patriots are doing. Even if you don't agree with the movement and everything, it matters to everybody. A lot of these things the government's doing, between the land grab and pulling people over, always asking you for ID, and harassing people or open carry, anybody with a gun, thinking of them as a threat before even finding out anything about them. Those are the kinds of things that need to stop. And just police harassing people, period. Stopping you on the street and searching you. Just because someone's black, they're stopping and searching them. That goes right along with all this. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with freedom and rights, about the individual rights, and what government is and isn't allowed to do. You need to exercise your rights, okay, like these people have done. Don't allow people to pressure you into not exercising your rights, or fear-monger you into not exercising your rights. You have those rights for a reason. They're given to you by God and reinforced by the Constitution of the United States. But don't allow unjust laws to control your life. In that way, you become a slave to those unjust laws. If there's an unjust law, it's not only your right to disobey it, you're obligated to disobey it. And, stand up for yourself in those situations when you're being threatened by an unjust law, I don't have much more to say about that, but, what we all should be doing, and the reason I'm even making these videos, and I'll maybe be making more videos going into things about the Constitution and stuff, but right now, this video, why you should care, and, we need to educate our friends, family, our neighbors, and not educate them in the sense of going over and say, hey, you want to learn about the Constitution, and pulling out the Constitution and everything, because these people think you think they're stupid or something. What you need to do is, when you're sitting down with somebody or talking to your neighbor, spark up a conversation or something. Say, well, what do you think about what happened in Oregon, or do you think what the government's been doing to people is right? Everything from the Occupy Wall Street to the Burns, Oregon occupation. Just spark up conversation, and mainly, people speak out. If you have a grievance with the government, don't be afraid to speak out. Speak out. Make videos like I'm doing. Stand up and organize rallies and stuff like that. Do what you can. I can't do much. I'm just some poor guy. I can barely got the means to make these videos. Because right now our voices are being drowned out by the people who are the loudest for more government and less liberty. The media feeds off of those people, and those are the people that are getting getting the voices heard. And we need to be louder. We need to get our voices out there. You can't just comment on Facebook, even though that helps. Because people just, they don't like your comment, they just won't hit like and just keep on reading stuff. So. But, that's all I really want to say in this video. We should all care, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, liberal, conservative, libertarian. We should all care about these things, because once they infringe on one group of people's rights, or just anybody's rights, it doesn't matter who you are, they can do it to anybody. And, that's exactly what's been happening in this country. We've been little by little losing all our rights and freedoms, and it has to stop. And people need to speak up, and that's the only way it's going to stop. We can't just expect, if we're going to keep voting for a Democrat or Republican, that it's going to stop, because it won't. They all want the same thing. They want control over us, and they want power, and they want to have you pay more taxes to pay for the things that they promised, which they never get rid of. They say, oh, well, you can pay taxes. We're going to have you pay taxes on this. and we're going to give you all these great things. And then when it doesn't work out, they don't get rid of that tax. They just say, oh, well, we got something else different that might work, and add another tax. It just keeps going up and up until, you know, we're all living our lives to pay government and having to ask them for everything. You know, that's exactly what's happening in this country. And the first thing they need to accomplish that is to take away your rights, and so you're not a free individual anymore, and you are dependent. But just, you know, people wake up, read your Constitution, learn your history, get out there and educate your friends and neighbors. I mean, me personally, I've been trying to educate my nieces on the Constitution because they aren't learning anything about it in school. All they're teaching them in school is that, you know, America is at fault for everything bad in the world, and, you know, white people control everything, and they're the great demons, and it's ridiculous the crap they're teaching these kids in school, you know, and telling them, anyone that opposes government or government's law is a terrorist. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous, they're teaching kids this stuff in school. And then on top of that, they're not teaching them the basics like math, writing, and things like that, you know. Common Core math is, if you feel like it might be the right answer, then it's the right answer. It isn't how it works. Math is math. You can't just make up your own damn answers. But I'm going to end the video here before I start ranting and get all pissed off about everything. So just, you know, care about what's going on in this country. Make videos, you know, get out, talk to your friends, or organize events and things like that if you have to. You know, write your lawmakers, you know, things like that. So, hope you all are having a good weekend, and I'll see you next time I make a video, which is the next video. I'm probably going to be talking about the FBI footage of Lavoie's murder. There's some points of view I have about that and what I see when I watch it. But, okay, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.